Good morning. It is the 19th of July, Friday morning. I am working through my list. Really, all I've done is all of my admin stuff, but I'm really far ahead because I'm finished with all of that and it's only 9:15, which is good because I want to leave here at like 10:15-ish. So I'm doing the 8-hour shift at the library today and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to eat right before work starts. So I'm thinking that if I go to Burger King, which is the only drive-through on near my house on the way to work, if I go through there at 10:30, they switch to lunch stuff. So I could go through there at 10:30 and I could get lunch stuff. And I'm thinking I could get 2 meals worth. Like I could get a burger to eat right now and then I could get nuggets and take the nuggets with me to work because we have a refrigerator and we have a microwave. And then later this afternoon, I could warm up the chicken nuggets and eat them for like later tonight. And I'm thinking that that's probably what I'm going to do. So I have right at an hour, maybe a little bit more before I want to leave. I got almost 7 hours of sleep last night. So what's funny is when my goal was to get 6.5 hours of sleep, it never happened. Like it was so hard for me to get there. And now that my goal is to get 7 hours of sleep, I got 6 hours and 55 minutes. But if you look on here, every day except one, I have hit 6.5 hours. So I'm hitting the 6.5 hours every day except for Tuesday, which Tuesday is the day I know I have to get up early in the morning. So Tuesday's the day I know I'm not going to hit it. But just the fact that I am now easily getting 6.5 hours just because I changed my goal to try to hit 7 is so weird to me. But anyway, we're not here right now to talk about sleep. We're moving on to the next thing. This is the last time I did my rotational fun. You can see the name of it right here, rotational fun. So this is the last time I did it. This is what was left on here. And I did do these things. But when I get down to the last 2, I usually don't even come back and mark them off because it's like, okay, do these 2 things. So that just reminded me that I've got to do something with the passports. Okay. All right, so also in my book over here, I have my goals for the month that I've written down, and I'm not paying attention so much. I love to go through and make the goals, and then I'm like, maybe I'll work on it, maybe I won't. But one of the things on my list is to do a Disney to-do list. So like everything that I feel like we need to get ready for Disney. The last time we went to Disney, we had our own planner. And so she met with us and she was like, what do you guys want to do? What days do you want to do these things? And then she bought everything. She booked everything. Like I had to do nothing except just tell her what we wanted and then she made it happen. Well, she doesn't do that job anymore. And so now it's all falling on me and I have no idea what to do. And she was giving us a really good price to do it. So I don't want to go out and find somebody else that's going to be really expensive. And so I don't know. It looks like I'm on my own for the Disney to-do list. I also, this month in July, wanted to focus on food, meaning cooking food. And I wanted to find a meatless meal that we could start cooking once a week, just to cut back on the amount of beef that we're eating. And so that's going to hopefully it'll replace some beef meal that we were eating. And I wanted to do that. I also wanted to do some recipe research, which I did some at the beginning of the month. And then I wanted to read one book physically, which I have already done as well. So that's where I am. I have not done the strength workouts and I have not checked my steps. So I don't know where I am with the actual steps that I wanted to do for myself. But for quarter 3, like for the whole quarter, July, August, and September, I want to have fun in the kitchen and read 3 physical books. So the fact that I've already read one and I'm 18% through the next one, because that's what it says about Hisfacat when I put my page in, I'm 18% of the way through. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to put all of the things in, all the things that I want to do over the next 2 days. So I usually create this on Friday, and then I almost always have to start it on Friday night because I can't help it. So I'm going to go through here, put everything on here, and then we'll talk about everything that's on the wheel. Okay, this is what it looks like right now with everything that's on here. I have not checked, this is probably not the final version of it. I'm probably going to add more to it today as I'm at work and I think of new things, but we use this app. Let me see if I can find, I can't even find like what it looks like. It's called Tody, Tody. It looks like that right there at the App Store, and it is a chore app pretty much. And when you open it up, everybody gets assigned a task. You have to go through and set up some stuff, but once you get it set up, Django is here to say hi. He's been outside hunting. Anyway, once you get it set up, it's pretty easy. And so I open it and hit this button, and then this tells me everything. You guys can see how red it is because we haven't used this in a really long time. And so like clicking off that I have tidied my office is 223 days, 33 days overdue, which is not the last time I tidied the office, just the last time I did anything with this. So there are a few things in here that are going to take maybe 5 minutes. There are other things in here that could take a really long time. So here's how I usually do it. I try not to stay on one task for longer than 30 minutes. So right now I have 26 things on here. If everything on here took me 30 minutes, that would be 13 hours of stuff. And it's not going to take 30 minutes to do a lot of it, and some of it is going to take longer than 30 minutes. So what I do is I leave it on the wheel. Like I hide it, but I don't erase it. And then if I don't get it finished in 30 minutes, I just click the check mark again to put it back on the wheel, like to put it on there where I might spin it again and get to do it again or work on it again. But hopefully it will not be it won't be the next thing I spin because I always want to do something else. So I do this for myself so that my day feels like it's a game. And yes, is it annoying that half of the things on here are cleaning? Absolutely, it's annoying. I'm going to do a couple of shuffles because right now I have all of the cleaning things together and I don't want that. I try to make it where none of the colors, where not a color is not touching itself. And right here, this is the only one I see, these two yellows. So I can actually scroll up here and just move one, and now they're not touching each other, so it's fine. So this is what I think we're going to at least start with tonight and just see what happens. There are things that I can't do at certain times. Like, what do I have on here? Okay, so I have planning for the August trip, my videos that I'm going to do, and then I also have planned for next week. Well, I need to do the planning for the August trip first before I can plan for next week. And then there is, I have admin stuff for Saturday and Sunday. So if I spend that on Saturday, I'm going to put it back on the wheel, but then I can't do anything with it until Sunday because I can only do my admin stuff once a day. So there are just different things like that. So I like how the wheel looks. I like using these lighter colors. I don't know why. They just make me happy. So I have about 45 minutes before I want to get ready to go. And I think I'm just going to jump in to I Was a Teenage Slasher. I just finished Fahrenheit 451. I liked it. I felt a whole lot of 1984, 1982. What's that book? 1980 something? I felt a lot similar things to that one, except I think that one did a better job of like the thought police and the tension building up. This one had tense moments, but I think in that other one I was constantly tense about who was going to show up to his house and what was going to happen and all that stuff. But we have the same thing with the male protagonist who is realizing that the society that they live in is taking things from them and making them less than human. And so, and then their spouse is the opposite, like fully believing everything that's happening. I really liked the beginning of this, and I really liked the end. I think it just was parts in the middle that kind of drug for me. But I really liked it. It's short. It's a good read, and so a lot of people love it. Like, a lot of people think it is their favorite book ever. So I'm glad that I read it. Also, I never read classics, and now I've read a classic, so I like that as well. But I'm ready to jump into this. So I'm going to go in the living room with the dogs. I'm going to turn on the audiobook, which I got on Audible, and I pre-ordered it. And then I'm going to read this that I also pre-ordered. Okay. Also, I know I talked about this a little bit, that it had another version, a UK version, and I really want to get that one. I want to do all versions of this book. Maybe they'll come out with like a fancy version. I've never bought a special edition of a book before. But if I'm going to do it, Stephen Graham Jones is where I'm going. One more thing. Last night at work, I told my coworker, because she's the one that always has book recommendations, I was like, listen, I need a book that has a recipe in it that is not a cookbook. And she said, okay, just a minute, and literally walked to the back and came back with this. It is called Eggs in Purgatory by Laura Childs. So it is a cozy mystery, and it does have recipes in the back of it. A lot of recipes. 12 different recipes in the back of this. So I'm definitely going to be making this. I never cook, so I haven't done any of these, but there is something called Toad in the Hole. But what I'm going to be doing is easy sour cream biscuits. Like, look at that. Three ingredients and a very little list of how to make them. That's what I'm going to be trying to make one night after I read the book. So, but that's what I'm doing for my book with a recipe, and then cooking the recipe. And that's it. Now I'm going to go read before I go into work. Also, I'm not sure about filming today, although I do want to show y'all how long that list of banned books is. So I might just video and like scroll, and then y'all can see it. But anyway, I'm off to read. I don't think I'm even going to eat breakfast, since I'm going to have lunch in like an hour and 10 minutes or so. So I haven't eaten anything, but I have my tea over here. I'm out of iced coffee, which usually happens. I only get about 5 days worth of iced coffee before the week is out. And then I just have to wait until we go shop again and get some more. So Sunday I'll get more iced coffee. But for now, I'm out. Okay, I made it all the way to page 46. I'm about to update my thing over here. And I'm starting The Plight Before Christmas. That is my audiobook that I'm listening to. So I turned it on and got to hear like 5 minutes maybe when I was in the kitchen earlier. So here's where I am in the book. It is really good so far. Like, I am drawn in these first 40-something pages, and I really can't wait to find out what's happening. I'm going to leave it here because my other book is already at the library. So that's where I'm going to keep it. And speaking of, it is time for me to finish getting ready and go to work. So I will check back with you when I get home from the library. Okay, it is 7:15. I closed the library at 7 o'clock. I came home. Well, I went by and bought me a couple of slices of pizza, and I came home. I did remember to bring my Humane Society Hisfacac book. I'm still on page 100. I have not touched it because today was the busiest day I have ever had at the library. So I did film a little bit when I first got there, and then I did not even pick up my phone for probably the first 4.5 hours that I was there. And then I picked up my phone to be like, what have I missed? And part of what I've missed, I'm going to tell you all about it because I'm going to do it this weekend. So there's a YouTuber named Ian the Reader is his channel. I will link him below. And I subscribed to him, and I saw his video where he asked Jake and Jake's wife Stacy to each pick 3 books for him, and then he read their 6 books, and then he rated them, and we got to see who picked the best books for Ian. And I commented and I said, this is great, and I would love to do this one day. Well, I got a message on Discord last night from Jake, and he was like, hey, Stacy and I saw your comment, and we would love to do it. I think it'll be fun. Well, I certainly was like, yes, let's do it. So today, when I pulled my phone out finally, I saw that Jake said he knew his 3 books that he was going to pick. And so then Stacy said she thought she had hers narrowed down. And then Jake said, but don't read them before we get to do it. And I thought, oh my gosh, what if I do read them? So I said, can we film this weekend, y'all presenting me with the 3 books? And they were like, yeah, I think we can do it on Sunday. So Sunday, I'm going to take a little bit of time to film with Jake and Stacy, and they're going to pick my books for me. And then that video will probably go up at the end of the month when I finish my daily vlogs. Or I don't know, I might be so excited about it depending on what they pick that I just go ahead and post it. But I'm probably not going to be able to read their books until August anyway. So I'm not going to kill myself trying to hurry up and get them read. So I am very tired. And I had just said to my husband that I was going to say bye to y'all and be like, I'm done. And I was going to go read and eat my dinner and then just do nothing the rest of the night, because tomorrow I really wanted to get as much done on the wheel as possible. Which reminds me, I am adding to color my hair on here, because again, I'm not going to do it if it's not on this list. And there we go, it's yellow. So in the morning, I'm going to try my best to get my 7 hours of sleep, and then I'm going to come downstairs and get right on this. I don't have to worry about doing my admin stuff because I'm doing all that as I spin it. So we're just going to jump in here and get going. I'm probably going to have a lot of really small clips for tomorrow and Sunday because I'm just going to be spinning and doing whatever the wheel says. But I didn't think of anything else that I needed to put on there. So that's what I have on there for now. And then we'll just see. So what I'm going to do now, since I can't just eat and do nothing, I'm going to edit tomorrow's video, and then I'm going to go read and do nothing for the rest of the night. I am reading on audio The Plight Before Christmas. It is adorable, but I'm going to take, I was a teenage slasher in there. This is where I am so far in the book. I haven't made it that far in, but that's what I'm going to take in there. I'm also going to take this in there. That's another thing that I didn't put on my wheel. I usually put reading time on my wheel, and when I spin it, I get to go read just because it lets me sit and rest for 30 minutes. So I'm going to put that on here, but I'm just going to put, I'm going to put them all together. So first I'm going to read, all right, it says read his facac, and then I'm going to put read audio. So when it spins the first time, I'll go read this for my 25 minutes. And then when I spin it the second time, I'll read this for 25 minutes. That's everything. I shouldn't have to add anything else on here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Also, I did something to my knee at work. It's my left knee. I already have arthritis, but I don't know what I did to it. I think I twisted wrong. So usually what that means is for a couple of days, it's really sore and then it goes away. So it's going to be annoying that I have to go up and down the stairs in my house tonight and tomorrow when I'm cleaning. But my plan is that I'm going to take everything I need with me every trip so that hopefully I won't end up having to go up and down the stairs a lot tomorrow, and I can just let my knee rest as much as possible. Hopefully it's going to get to rest a lot tonight and it'll be ready to go in the morning. So this is where I'm going to leave you. I know that today has been short, but sometimes it's just short. So I'm going to get this all done, get the video edited and uploaded and ready to go for tomorrow, and then I'm going to go read. And I will check in with you all tomorrow and let you know, update how much I got read, and then what my plan is, and we'll start spinning the wheel. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.